Good morning, Chairman Stern, Chairman Kirkland, and members of the committee. Thank you for holding this hearing on the room tax and allowing me to offer testimony on my legislation, as you referenced, House Bill 1486. Like all of you, I am quite proud of the district I represent, and indeed I'm quite proud of all of York County. York County is steeped in history with a claim to being the first capital of the United States, has managed to maintain a strong manufacturing and industrial base, including a Harley-Davidson plant and visitor center, is home to 2 very good colleges, and is a strong retail center, with the Hanover Borough, Penn Township area of the county being ranked in the top 7 in the retail areas of the state. Thanks to great vision by past boards of county commissioners and strong support from the current board of county commissioners, we have 11 county parks with over 4,300 acres, 2 museums, a nature center, and preserved historic sites. The Heritage Rail Trail Park is a linear park along the Northern Central Railway that continues to be expanded. The park now extends from Maryland to the from the Maryland line to John Rudy County Park north of the city of York, with work in progress to complete a final section at the north side of the city. I would also note that at the Maryland line we connect with the section of rail trail in Maryland that extends to Cockeysville. When this is complete, we'll have approximately 55 to 60 miles of continuous rail trail from the north side of the city of York to Cockeysville, Maryland. It's quite an impressive linear park. A private nonprofit group, Steam Into History, recently invested over $1 million to build and operate a steam train on the rail line to chronicle the role of York County in Civil War history and to promote the area as a tourist destination. I recently had the opportunity to experience this ride with a stop at Hanover Junction. Hanover Junction's unique point in history is President Lincoln passed through several times, including his trip to deliver the Gettysburg Address and, of course, his final trip on his funeral train. Combine all this with 3 state parks, the Susquehanna Gateway Heritage Region along the Susquehanna River, which is our shared border with Lancaster County, and one of the most successful farmland preservation efforts in the state, and you gain some insight into why residents treasure our county and why we have been one of the fastest growing population areas of the state for the past 50 years. You may now be wondering why the area I just described would desire the ability to raise the room tax from 3 to 5%, as I propose enabling the York County Commissioners to do in House Bill 1486. To understand this issue, we need to look at the areas surrounding York County because despite all of our blessings, York County is surrounded by international tourism destinations. Lancaster County to the east has the attraction of the Amish and has benefited from marketing this unique tourism experience. Adams County to the west, as we were recently reminded by the 150th anniversary events, has Gettysburg, where the most historic battle and turning point of our Civil War occurred. To the northeast, Dauphin County has Hershey and the very successful promotion of Hershey chocolate and a great amusement park. To the north, we have the state capitol, and as we're all aware of this beautiful complex that we're sitting in, it in itself is a tourist attraction. To the south, we compete with Baltimore and the Chesapeake Bay. Chesapeake Bay is the largest estuary in the United States, 2nd largest in the world, and most of you have probably had an opportunity to spend time around the bay and understand that it's a natural attraction for tourism. As a destination where people stay, eat, and shop and produce all the economic good to the local and state economy that tourism provides, York County must often work harder than the larger tourism venues that surround us. While we are in the center of international attraction, tourism in York County generates a healthy $850 million per year in revenue and brings in $83.2 million in state and local taxes. To explain this success, you need to understand the use of the room tax at 3% in York County over the past 13 years. York County's appointed tourism promotion agency, the York County Convention and Visitors Bureau, has aggressively marketed York as the destination for various state, national, and international groups. A unique partnership between the York County Agricultural Society that operates the York Expo Center, the county park system, lighted ball field venues at Hoffman Park in York City, a city-owned ice arena, and many other private and government venues, has attracted tremendous amounts of overnight stays in York County. Some examples of large events that York County has hosted would be customers that have been with us for decades, including the National Street Rods Association, the Train Collectors Association, and the Order of the Eastern Star. New events coming to York include the 2014 Can-Am Police and Fire Games and the 2015 American Truck Historical Society Convention at the York Expo Center. The Can-Am Games will bring over 2,000 first responders to our region for 9 days of Olympic-style and professional competition. This will mark the first time that a Pennsylvania city will host this international event. York County had to win this bid from stiff competition, including Green Bay, Wisconsin. In addition, by partnering with 60 businesses in our region, the York County Convention and Visitors Bureau is promoting 3 strong tourism products. Factory Tour Capital of the World is a partnership with companies including Harley-Davidson, Utz Quality Foods, and many others. Mason-Dixon Wine Trail includes 26 wineries in 5 counties and 2 states. Susquehanna Ale Trail includes 15 breweries in 3 counties. Local room tax dollars support development of these tourism trails and the visitation they generate. The York County Convention and Visitors Bureau owns federal trademarks to all of these. This legacy is impressive and was developed through use of the York County room tax and state funding. But remember, the high point in state grant funding was reached in 2009 at a level of $234,000 for York County. In 2013, there is no state grant money available. I mentioned the unique relationship between the Convention and Visitors Bureau and the York Expo Center. The Expo Center is our de facto convention center, and together they work to attract the large events that bring significant numbers of tourists to York County. To attract these groups requires expenditures to support the groups bringing the events to the area. This is not unique to York. Any large group can command support from the local government or TPA, and indeed is part of the bidding process when a venue competes to host the event. The increased revenue from a room tax will allow the Convention and Visitors Bureau and their partners to continue what they have done successfully for over a decade. And in closing, I would just remind the committee that this does not raise the room tax for any county if this bill passes. It's enabling legislation that allows the county commissioners to take a vote to raise the room tax. But they don't have to do that. It's only enabling legislation. Thank you again for allowing me to testify. I'd be happy to attempt to answer any of your questions, Mr. Chairman.